All right, so I'm using the Movo VXR10 um, shotgun microphone from Movo. So we have the rear diffuser here, and in the front, well, this part, I already drilled some holes. So I'm doing the other side. Okay, 7:30. Thank you for letting me know. My alarm. But what I'm using for this is, I believe this is a 16 millimeter, something like that. 16 millimeter drill bit is what I'm using. I'm using a drill. So I think I got this from Amazon or Wish, and you gotta charge this 18-volt battery pretty frequently, you know. So every time you're about to use it, make sure you charge it. All right, so all I did, now you don't want to use this whole thing right here. You just want to use a little bit. Because it comes with screws like this, you know, tiny screws like this, not too tiny, but you know. So basically all I'm doing is centering my bit on side, centering my bit in the middle. So you see the fin, right? Boom, the fin. So boom, you're just gonna center it. You're just gonna drill right in the center. You don't want to make the hole too big, or the screws ain't gonna be able to thread and hold on. So what I do, after I do that, I go get my screw. And then I put it in the hole, and then I thread it with my hands to make sure. That's not good. Anyway, I thread it in my hands to make sure that that it can thread in properly. If it's gonna have a problem threading in, then you just need to drill a little bit more. Okay, so I think I need to make this a little bit and be careful with this drill bit. Careful you don't hurt yourself or poke your eye out. As you can see, it's threaded in pretty good. You got a good connection. You thread it with your hands, and then you test it. So after you thread it with your hands, test it And see if it's going to thread. So you see, I threaded it in and it's not coming out so easily. That's a good sign. That means the hole is good enough. If you're trying to drill it in to your bumper and you realize that you need to, make the hole just a little bit bigger, then hey, feel free to do so. Because the goal is to make these holes. Of course, I'm gonna need to wipe this down and then put the that adhesive. But the goal is to make it to where these holes are not too big, not too small. It's just right for the screws. So when you screw it in to your bumper, then it'll be solid. You know, it's gonna hold for a hot minute on top of the adhesive that's gonna be on top of here. So on top of the adhesive that's gonna be on top of here, that the adhesive is supposed to last for a while. I don't know how long, but as you can see, I recommend for each fin, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 fins. So for each fin, I'm doing 2 per fin. So 1 per side of each fin. 1 in the front, 1 in the back. 1 in the front, 1 in the back. 1 in the front, 1 in the back, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do it in the center, so that way, you know it's going to be 100% secure. All right, we got one more hole to make. And I decided to me that this right here that broke off from delivery, y'all can see this right here broke off during delivery. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's going to be all the way underneath the car. Nobody's really going to see it. And it's not really going to alter the function of this diffuser. So let's do this last hole. Make sure it's in the center. Remember, thread your screw in. Thread your screw in with your hands. And as for me, I need to drill a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just screw in. Another thing you could do, take your little, you could even take a screwdriver. So take a Phillips screwdriver, which is a star, or You just take a little thing like this and add it to your drill. It doesn't matter which way you do it. The purpose of this is just to make sure that it's going to go in all the way. As you can see, it went in all the way. It went in all the way. And what you want to do, I only did this for demonstration purposes, but what you really want to do is after you wipe this down, make sure it's good enough so that the adhesive could stick on it. Then you place the adhesive, one strip here. You put one strip here across. You put another strip across here. You put another strip across here. And what you're going to do, the adhesive, once you go under your bumper, you line it up properly. Once you line it up correctly, you're going to push it up. And the adhesive is going to catch on to your bumper, your rear bumper. So you're going to push it and hold it until that adhesive get a good, grab on it. Once you do that, you can let go. And then you should be able to start putting your holes in here, putting your screws in here. And while the adhesive is holding up, just drill it in. Drill. Once you're done with all the drills, this should be 100% secure to your bumper. And you should be good to go. I think your bumper's supposed to be clean. So it is somewhat kind of recommended. It wouldn't hurt to wash your car and then dry it. And make sure your bumper, under your bumper, make sure that's fully dry. And once that's fully dry, then that adhesive should be able to stick a little bit better to your bumper. Alright. So for me, it may take a couple of days, but for y'all, it'll be in the next clip where we're gonna be doing it. Alright? Something I failed to mention. What's that? When I first, in the beginning, I said it didn't come with no screws. Lie detector test determines I was wrong. When you get the diffuser, it comes in a box. As y'all saw in the beginning of the video, it's wrapped up. It comes with the adhesive roll, as y'all saw in the beginning. But this must have fell because it also comes with a bag of screws. Now it only comes with 6 screws in a bag. Some come with 4. This one came with 6. But I added 4 more screws into this bag from my, from my drill set. From my, I got a bunch of screws and different type of tools hanging around. So I added 4 more screws to this to make it, to complete. So that, so I can drill where the fins are. So I can drill all of the top. I can drill all on the bottom. So that way it can be 100% more secure. Even though they give you that adhesive is gonna wear out over time. But if you do what I did and drill some holes and, get 4 more screws or, extra screws, um, apart from what they sent, then I believe your rear diffuser will be a whole lot more secure, because it's gonna be drilled. The screw's gonna be drilled into your diffuser, right? It's gonna be locked, threaded, and then you're gonna drill it into your bumper, and in your bumper it's gonna be threaded, locked, and secure. You're gonna have to hit a whole bunch of potholes and stuff like that in order to get that loose. You know what I'm saying? But just be careful. I understand it creates downforce. You know, per se, it doesn't increase your horsepower, but downforce does allow your car to use its maximum horsepower. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got 200 horsepower and you ain't got no downforce, or you ain't got nothing really keeping your tires 100%, like, you know what I'm saying, no type of downforce, then yeah, when you know, flowing it, you know, trying to race or speed or whatever, you know, safely, of course, and you're doing that, your vehicle won't put out that whole 200 horsepower, okay? It'll probably put out, what, 150, 160, 170. It won't put out that whole 200, okay? But if you have downforce, why you think all these race cars and, you know, they got rear diffusers, they got front lip, they have other type of mods on their car as well. Upgraded suspension, they got upgraded exhaust system, you know, they got all these different type of mods. But say you have a car that only do 150 miles, 150 horsepower. You got a car that's only 150 horsepower. Okay. When you say you're on the highway, or you're coming onto the highway and you need to speed up, right? So you can get in your, you know, so you can merge safely, and you stepping on that pedal, guess what? You won't be using all of that 150 horsepower. You'll probably be using 120, 130, maybe less. But with downforce, with the splitter and the diffuser, causing air, forcing the air to push your vehicle down, to plant your tires to the road so you can have more traction, right? And more traction allows you to go faster. It allows your vehicle to use up all that, you know, 150 horsepower, 200 horsepower, 3, 4, 5, however amount of horsepower you got. Downforce and increase in traction allows your car to use what it got, okay? So yeah, this is why I'm getting the splitter and putting a diffuser on the 2021 Spark. I know the Spark only got 98 horsepower, but I believe this 98 horsepower ain't being used because there ain't no downforce. I'm stepping on it, I'm flooring it. Yeah, it got that sporty feel to it, but you know what? I want to be able to use all 98 horsepower. You know what I'm saying? It's full power. I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, go Kaioken times 20. So that's why I'm getting this. Okay? What other plans do I have for the Spark? I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out the timing for the Torres. Hopefully I can figure that out really soon. But yeah. I mean, splitter and diffuser makes your car look better. and it has some function to it. So performance and cosmetics, come on, 2 for 1. 2 for 1, bro. Yeah, so gonna see how this work out. We're going to install it into the Spark, and we're gonna see how it looks on the Spark. I'm pretty sure it's gonna improve the look of the Spark, and it's going to diffuse a lot of that air, causing downforce, creating more traction, right? Alright, I just had to, I just forgot to tell y'all about those screws, you know. Forgot to tell you about those screws that, you know, it came. So it does come with screws. Alright, we're going to move on to the next stage. Alright, y'all. Here it is. It's a little scratched up here, but it's bolted on. It's on, right? You see it's fully secured to the bumper, right? So, here it is. Here it is, my rear diffuser on a 2021. See if I get the lighting better. Rear diffuser on my 2021 Chevy Spark. It's supposed to diffuse the air, causing more downforce. So here you go. This concludes this video on my 2021 Chevy Spark LT installing the rear diffuser. Until next time.